Yes, yes. Day 3 of the Eagles 2025 NFL Draft. We have a lot to discuss. This might be a long one here because we are talking about all the prospects that we did draft on the third day between rounds 4 to 7. And we have a lot to discuss. So let's get straight into it all.
A killer buried, but not dead.
Darren, we better turn around. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm Howie. A fantastic day today. I hope everyone's enjoying themselves because the draft is officially over. We're going to be going over the third day, and we're going to start things off with the fourth round and picking up a defensive lineman, a defensive tackle, because I figured they really needed something there since Milton Williams is gone right now. You're down tomorrow, Jomo, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, adding another one right here in T.Y. Robinson, okay, from Nebraska. Okay, Cam Jurgens actually knows him, which is pretty good, but his career stats, 134 tackles, 26.5 tackles for loss, 12 sacks. I mean, just this guy is a mauler on the defensive line, and not a starter, but as a rotational guy. And this is an analytical guy. This is an analytical pick for the Eagles, and that's not a bad thing because if you check the raw score, this is almost the same thing of Milton Williams. When we drafted Milton Williams a few years ago under Jonathan Gannon as the DC, you know, he was a big analytical pick that really took charge and got better every single year. And look what happened. You know, he's getting the most money in Patriots, most guaranteed money in Patriots franchise history right now. But his raw score is a 9.91 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic. The athletic ability is all over the place with him. He could line up anywhere on the defensive line. So a lot of times in this video, you're going to hear me say speed and versatility and toughness. And speaking of T.Y. Robinson, one of the toughest SOBs in this draft, especially he's got a high motor in this draft. If you look at obviously his 40 time, he was the fastest 40 time at a speed of 20.64 out of all the other DTs in this draft, okay? As a rotational guy, for a replacement for Milton Williams to just get better every year, I think this is a potential pick that's going to get a lot of playing time for the Philadelphia Eagles. So T.Y. Robinson, I was very happy with it. Not only the Eagles probably hit on 2 draft picks, I think this is a third one they definitely hit on in the 4th round, and I'm pretty excited about it. So can move up and down the line, multiple fronts, you name it, he could do it. And I'm excited to see more from him, and it should be a lot of fun. So very excited for that. 6'5", 288 pounds. Okay. Now, we're going to go towards the cornerback position. This is where things got a little rocky, okay? This was the 5th round, pick 145, where the Eagles did draft McWilliams, okay? 3-year starter at UCF, 4.41 inside, outside versatility. Man-to-man coverage is inconsistent at times. He does give up some separation at times, but I thought his Senior Bowl was pretty good. I mean, even during the season, he's done good against Travis Hunter and Tet McMillan and some of these other receivers, so he's done well. But he's got speed. He's got a lot of toughness. This guy, for his size, obviously, it's not fantastic at 5'10", 185 pounds, but, you know, the guy packs a punch, you know, and plays more than what he is, okay? Now, he had 0 penalties in 24, 23 pass defended, 2 interceptions, 9.5 tackles for loss in the last 30 games, graded out as their best defender, okay, last year at a grade of 81.6, okay? This is Avonte Maddox's pretty much replacement because he could play in that nickel position as well, okay? I just didn't know if this was the right pick because there were some other guys on the board. Like I might have wanted a Jadon Blue running back from Texas or something. So I don't know what they really see in this, but I guess they're getting a guy that's probably good. And then obviously this is more towards the scheme. And I think in zone coverage, this is where you're really going to get the value out of him. It really just depends on putting him in camp. And obviously he's facing one of the best receivers, in the league, and he'll have a lot of practice from some of the guys that we have coming into camp. And, iron sharpens iron and gets guys better at the end of the day. So you're getting a guy that can play man, just inconsistent and allow some separation at times, but you have a guy that could fly around. He's very rangy with his feet, good footwork, and plays bigger than his size. So this is more of a wait and see approach with Matt McWilliams and to see where this all goes with him. So I thought the pick was fair. I didn't think it was the best pick at the time because there was some guys they kind of stepped over a little bit, but we needed depth at that inside corner position, really depth at corner in general. But you need somebody behind Cooper DeJean if this is your replacement for Avonte Maddox. So I guess that's the direction they're going to go in. So we'll see what happens, but I'm excited to see him go into camp, okay? Now, the Eagles couldn't go through a draft without a Georgia player, right? No, of course not. The Eagles go out, okay, in round 5, pick 161 to draft Smael Mondon, linebacker from Georgia, okay? I'm saying his Smael or Small. I don't know how to say his first name. I'll learn it in a couple days. But this was an interesting pick, too. Okay, I figured out I just want to draft a guy from Georgia, but realistically, this guy is 6'2", 224, so a little undersized. And when I'm going to say this, the Eagles have brought in undersized, fast, versatility. Like, those are my 3 main words of this third day, because that's pretty much, or really the entire draft, because that's really what they've been bringing in. Okay, he had 8 sacks last year, 3.5 tackles for loss, runs a 4.58 40, 57 tackles. He plays inside, outside linebacker. And guess what? He plays nickel as well. Okay, he's got downhill speed. He can get off blocks. Watch the tape. When he goes downhill, gets around blocks, shoots the gap, it's breathtaking, man. And I think we really needed this because Ben Van Sermon's going to be more of a fullback from what it looks like. He will work with the linebackers, but he's coming off a knee injury. Nakobe Dean, has the patellar tendon injury, probably won't even play this year or will show up later in the year, even though Howie Roseman said that this doesn't, even the Jahad Campbell pick didn't affect Nakobe Dean at all. We're going to find out. You still have Trotter Jr. in the building. So I think this is a good pick. Adding more depth to the linebacker position, I don't think Campbell was enough, even with Trotter as the number 3. You still need another body because I don't really trust Ben Van Sermon coming off that injury. So I think this was a really good pick. Another Georgia guy and, fast. I mean, lightning fast. I mean, against the run. I mean, just going after the quarterback. Just watch his tape. It's absolutely insane. So they get a speedster that's going to do a lot of damage in the backfield with Smael Mondon, okay? So definitely look at more of his tape, but it looks pretty good, man. I was pretty impressed by his tape. Now, Jeff Stoutland definitely, kind of had a good time on the third day because it was his time to shine. And offensive line was a big priority in this draft. We know that this guard spot is going to have a lot of competition with Keegan, Tyler Steen. You have Kenyon Green from the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trade. You have a lot of bodies there right now. But the Eagles went out and got Drew Kendall from Boston College. He's a center and he's a guard. This one was interesting for me. 6'4", 308. Okay, he only gave up 1 sack on 350 pass block attempts. Okay, out of 37 to 39 games, he played center. But he can play guard if needed, okay, which is good. So you're getting a guy, and usually in these late rounds, you're picking up guys that can play a couple positions, and the Eagles really don't have a backup center, and I don't think the Eagles want to put Landon Dickerson in that position again. At least we have Landon Dickerson just in case, but they want to keep him at that left guard spot, get another guy in the building, which could be a guy that sticks around for a while. I mean, who knows what happens, but it's nice to have a guy like Drew Kendall around, and I don't know how he ended up this late in the draft, but I thought this was a really hefty pickup. And I don't question Jeff Stoutland. When they draft an offensive lineman, I just have to trust it realistically. But looking at some of the metrics, the statistics, it looks really good. You have a backup center now. The Eagles don't have to worry about that. And I can't wait to see more going into the offseason program. I thought Drew Kendall was a really good pick for the Eagles in the 5th round. Now, okay, we're going to be going into the quarterbacks. Okay, so the Eagles went out and they ended up getting Kyle McCord from Syracuse. He was a 6th-round pick with pick 181. All right. The Eagles do this every couple years. I mean, he's a bigger type quarterback. Pretty good arm. He's got a strong arm, not too bad. Don't really know too much about him. It's just the Eagles are always bringing in a guy that they're going to groom for a couple years, maybe trade him. They're going to look for a future backup quarterback. Tanner McKee's contract will be up soon. Maybe they'll try to trade him in a year or two. Dorian Thompson. I think Dorian Thompson and Kyle McCord right here, I think they will be in competition for that quarterback 3 spot. And whoever doesn't make it to that quarterback 3 spot, I think will be on the practice squad, most likely a camp arm. You know how that goes. They every couple of years, they always draft a quarterback. We heard rumors that Shedeur Sanders, when the Browns jumped in front of the Eagles in this draft, we kind of got a little afraid. And obviously, I wanted no part in the Shedeur Sanders sweepstakes. Whether it was true by the Eagles' interest or not, I have no idea. But it is what it is. So the Eagles got another quarterback right there in the 6th round. Now, another 6th-round pick by the Philadelphia Eagles is Myles Hinton. Okay, Myles Hinton in round 6, pick 191. Okay, he only allowed 1 sack. Okay, 6'7", 325 pounds. He was a transfer from Stanford to Michigan. This one is probably one of my favorites because this is actually a swing tackle, which is pretty good. He's played left and right tackle, which is absolutely fantastic. And I saw a lot of plays with this guy, where he was going around on a pole and he was knocking guys, pancaking people. He's got the size. He's got the physicality. I want to see more of this kid. Between Drew Kendall and now Myles Hinton, I'm very excited for both of these guys, and potentially, you never know. I mean, Fred Johnson left this team this offseason. He went somewhere else, got paid a little bit more money, so good for him. The Eagles have Kendall Lamb at left tackle. Really, the swing tackle we have is coming off an injury, and he's 33 years old. So that was your replacement for Fred Johnson, and it looks like you have a guy now that has a lot of reps at left tackle, a lot of reps at right tackle. I think he's played more at right tackle. I'm not sure, but I thought that's what I read earlier today. So this guy is just another guy you're going to just try to produce for the next few years and see what he could do. And, someone's going to make this team. When it comes to tackle, this guy preferably, I think, could make the team coming out of camp because we don't really have a lot of depth at tackle right now. Myles Hinton, watch the tape, 6'7", 325, just crazy. So they like that size. They like a lot of weight there, and they're ready to go. So I like Myles Hinton a lot, okay? Now we have another pick in the 6th round. Cameron Williams from Texas, okay, at 207, okay? He started the final 2 years. Okay, he only played 16 of 32 games at right tackle, and he's really a developing project, and that's pretty much it. I mean, need to see more. He might not even make the team coming out of camp. We'll see. It would be nice for a guy to kind of get behind Lane Johnson if there's a chance, but they bring a couple of guys that have played tackle. I don't know if this guy could play the left tackle spot. I just saw it was right tackle. So Cameron Williams at one spot, not a lot of games started at one position. So he just has half experience in college, not much, and we'll get a bunch of experience once he gets into Eagles training camp, and that should be a lot of fun. Now, the last pick, and this one here is just like, how did this guy, I need to read more up on it because I honestly don't know how this guy dropped in the draft. And we're talking about, I'm trying to pronounce the name correctly, okay, in the 6th round, the last pick at 209, Antwuan Powell-Ryland Jr., 6'3", 258, 4.640. Now, listen to this. This made me jump out of my chair just a little bit about this kid. The new edge rusher for the Eagles as of right now, okay? 16 sacks and 19 tackles for loss last season. Over the last 2 years, he has 25.5 sacks and 33.5 tackles for loss. Okay, 9 forced fumbles in 3 seasons, three each season. Okay, those are big numbers, man. And from what I heard from the news of this kid, Antwuan Powell-Ryland Jr., he's got some tools in his toolbox. He's got some moves coming off the line. So it seems like his explosiveness off the line and some of the tools that he has, some of his moves coming off the line, he's already pro ready in some attributes to his game, which is kind of insane. So coming off with numbers like that, with 16 sacks, 19 tackles for loss last season, a combined 25 and a half sacks in 2 seasons, are just terrific numbers. And I need to see more. Like, where did this guy come from? I mean, Moro Jomo never had numbers like that as a seventh round pick. I mean, this is kind of insane. I mean, I don't know, Moro Jomo's a different position, but I'm just talking defensive line in general. Like, just to have numbers like that, it's kind of crazy. So I kind of want to read up more on Antwuan Powell-Ryland Jr. and just to see this guy. I mean, realistically, like the edge rushers in general. I mean, Jahad Campbell's going to be on the line a lot this year. I already know that. Jahad Campbell, our first round pick, is going to be on the line a lot. You got Ojulari. You got Uche, you know what I mean? Like, is there any room for Bryce Huff? You got Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt. I mean, is there any room for Bryce Huff? I mean, imagine if this kid beats him out. I mean, if he even lasts to training camp, it would be insane. As much as I think Bryce Huff will be a post-June cut or whatever they're doing, trying to dump some of that money out the door, I don't know. But this pick was the most, like, my jaw kind of dropped a little bit just on the numbers and why he lasted this long. You're coming away with a lot of unless he had an injury or off the field issues or something stinted him a little bit to kind of stay back in this draft a little bit. So I don't know what's going on, but it's going to be really interesting. And that was pick 209, the last of the draft. And we are done. We have completed, the 2025 NFL draft for the Philadelphia Eagles. A lot going on. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoy the live streams every day. I will make a video on this entire draft as a whole once we get through the undrafted free agents the next couple days. I'm going to wait until the full list is out. I'm not going to just make videos as they come out. So the full undrafted free agent list is out. And I think you have 3 big-time players in this draft, Jahad Campbell, obviously Makuba, and I think with that TY DT, I think, you have 3 potential guys that are going to get a lot of playing time here. But there might be more than that. To hit on more than 3 guys in this draft would be my dream. And, that's really good. So the Eagles come out of this 3rd day with not giving up any draft capital for the 26th draft. They have 12 picks for the 26th draft, which is great. And I like a lot of the guys, especially the offensive linemen and Myles Hinton, and obviously getting Drew Kendall. I mean, a couple of the guys I really liked. So can't wait to do more and kind of go over more of some of these players and watch more of these guys, see how they're fitting, what happened in college to where they're going to be at in the NFL, especially with the Eagles, and could they actually make a push on this depth chart? Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know your favorite player from day 3 or your entire player in this entire draft. We just went over rounds 4 to round 7. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day. And make sure you like the video because it helps out tremendously. Love all you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shake what up, follow, slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.